Hi, I'm back. Y'all, I am so drained and tired. But I have good news. So this is gonna be a life update. What's been going on? Let's get into it. So y'all, I have officially been back at Magic City for 3 months. And my body feels like it because I've been doing hella doubles. I've been going crazy on the stage. I'm finally getting back to kind of where I used to be when it comes to performing and stuff like that. Y'all, I'm cracking my kneecaps as I'm speaking. Lord, oh Lord have mercy. Yeah. Another update. I no longer have my dogs, my puppies. I had to sign them over to the shelter because, sometimes in life you have to make decisions that you don't really want to make because you have to prioritize yourself, and you have to realize that, I don't want to get emotional. No matter how much I love my dogs, no matter how much my dogs love me, it just wasn't what's best for me or them per se. And I know some people might think that them going to the shelters worse. They could have been better off with you. No, I tried for so long. To hold on to my dogs and then the puppies. And it really still breaks my heart to this day that I had to let them go. But me and those dogs went on a journey, child. And then it was me, the dogs, and the puppies. We went from, basically the whole trek of the journey was I got Tiger just wanting to, help her out and then take her to a shelter or find somebody to adopt her. Me and my dad got into it about her. Then that sent me on the trajectory to where I am now. And one thing that I can say, coming from a real honest, real transparent place, is that I'm so glad that Tiger came into my life, because she ultimately made me learn so many different things, experience so many different things, see a different perspective with me and my dad, all that. And if I hadn't picked up Tiger that day when she was wandering out, looking like skin and bones, and just wanted to take care of her and send her on her way, then I wouldn't have got into it with my dad. If I wouldn't have got into my dad, I would probably still been in his house, miserable, unhappy. And then if we wouldn't have met Panther or whatever, Tiger wouldn't have had the puppies. It wouldn't have been so much. I don't want to cry no more. I've seen and experienced so much liberation just from the journey of living in my car, of having to start back working at Magic City, of seeing so many different things from so many people's perspectives. And it's really made me come to realize, I want to talk more about it in my podcast episode that I'm about to do, but it's made me come to realize that you can only choose what you want to accept into your life. You can only choose what you're okay with it. You can only choose what you're willing to work for, and everything, all that comes down to choice and decision and all that different stuff like that. But sometimes we have to choose forgiveness. Sometimes we have to choose space. Sometimes we have to choose what level of hard we want into our life, because everything is hard. Being broke is hard. Being rich is hard. Being pretty is hard. Being ugly is hard. Being smart is hard. Being dumb is hard. But I'm choosing from this moment forward to realize that the parents that I have or had, because my mom passed away, might not be the parents that I want, but ultimately they were the parents that I needed to make me who I am. And it's been such a long journey, you know, with my life, with my parents, with my family, and the interactions that I have with people and what people tell me I could do for them and stuff like that, from being who I am, that only could have happened because I have the mom that I had, because I have the dad that I have, because I have the grandma, because I have the siblings. You get what I'm saying? Because I went through the struggles and the joys and the environment that I went through. So it all means something, and it's all like a part of the bigger picture. So going back to choice, you choose what you let affect you. You choose what you let motivate you. You choose if you want to get up and work. You choose if you want to lay your ass down and let your life just fall by the wayside and just watch it fall apart. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's been a journey, but I'm happy to say that through God, through hard work, through perseverance, through some bad experiences, I finally have a safe place to stay. And even in my mind, I kind of feel a little bit like, I think when you're a person that's been through a lot, it's kind of hard to regulate your nervous system and believe that somewhere is just safe and just okay. And you kind of find yourself at times saying no, like there's some type of bad gonna happen. Like it makes you, I think the word would be like a fatalist or something. Like you can't have good without bad. And I'm all about balance, but sometimes it's okay to just calm yourself down, to just rest, to just sit still and say, I'm going to try to make this work. I'm going to be vulnerable enough to not try to brainstorm what bad is going to come, because I don't want to call that to myself, you know? And me and the girls at work were having a conversation in the locker room yesterday, and it was so empowering to have that conversation with them and to realize that, listen, all this stuff, man, there's so much power in the tongue, and there's so much power in the thoughts, and there's so much power in getting your ass up and working. You hear me? And there's a very big message I have for any woman or man, or whatever you may identify as. Your biggest belief should always be in 1, God, and 2, yourself. I can let myself down, but I can also pick myself right back up. And my belief in God has constantly shown me that things happen for me. They don't happen to me. So also what I've learned is that power cannot be taken away from you unless you give it away. And that's crazy to hear, I know. Because even I feel a little bit saying it. But there have been so many different times in my life where I thought I was powerless. And really, I chose not to fight. Or I was so traumatized that I was just frozen. And I felt like I couldn't fight. Or I didn't know, and I brainstormed what could happen after, if I was to do this, if I was to do that. And I have to take accountability for situations that I potentially messed up for myself. So at the end of the day, life is all about cycles. Life is all about chapters. And you have to grow at your own pace, yes. But you also have to sometimes force yourself into growth, because comfort can be your biggest enemy. And that's all I've ever fought for, worked for, all I've ever wanted. Because my earliest thought was just how uncomfortable I was in my life. And all I've ever been working towards is just having comfort. I don't really care to be rich. I don't care to be famous. I don't care to be just like the prettiest girl in the room, have the fattest ass, that's not my thing. Have the best clothes, that's not my thing. I want to be comfortable. I want to be able to just lay in a bed and go to sleep and wake up and do what I want to do. Go out, eat what I want to eat, pick up and do activities that I'm happy you know, like that bring joy to me, that educate me. You know what I'm saying? And to even reach this point, I am so happy and I am so grateful. And I finally have somewhere safe to stay, y'all. So I'm so happy. I'm so proud. And no matter how I feel about dancing, I've had to come to the realization that you can feel how you feel about different things, but basically I can't really bash dancing because in so many different ways, at so many different points in my life, it has saved my life. That's not me trying to motivate, push nobody to go be dancing. No, by all means. But at so many different points in my life, dancing has saved my life. So I can't fully like bash it, you know? I can't fully bash it. But I also have worked really damn hard. You know? I've worked really freaking hard. I've cultivated my dancing style, my look, my personality, my everything. I've worked really hard on who I am, on how I treat people, on how I engage with the world, all of that. So it's not just dancing, but it's also going back to God and myself. I have chosen the type of life I want for myself. I've chosen what I'm willing to do for that life. And sometimes you have to step up and do what you don't want to do so you could get to where you want to go. And I'm not talking about in means of harming others, because that's always been my biggest thing. Don't do nothing that's illegal and don't hurt other people. Like, that's my biggest thing, because I can cry all day long for y'all. Like, y'all could have gone through what y'all went through. I could have gone through what I went through. But that is no excuse to hurt somebody else. So I'm a very, very, very big person on, I am empathetic, but I do not make excuses for people. It's all boils down to choice. So you choose what you want to let whatever you've been through affect you, yourself, and other people, right? So, right now, I'm still working towards my goals. I'm still trying to figure out really what I want to do with my life. I am only 23, and I have to remind myself that a lot of the time. I have to show myself and just be nice to myself and remember that I'm still young. But also, I'm not going to let my life waste away either. So, hard work is very important. Empathy in life is very important. Education in life is very important. Being genuine is very important. But also what I'm coming to learn, to realize is everybody don't got to know what you feel or what you think. And everything doesn't have to be a beef. Some people aren't worth beefing with. In this journey, y'all, I have been harassed. People have stolen from me. Abused. You know? But everything that has happened has made me who I am in this present moment. So I can't even shun things or wish they didn't happen, because now I feel like it's working me towards exactly who I need to be. So I'm grateful. But I'm 3 months in at Magic City. Last time I was working there, I probably only worked for I think I worked from September to February, and I really was barely even working, so I've never really been one to stay anywhere too long, but I'm trying to build up my savings and build up my life and, build up my image and different stuff like that. So it's also made me realize that I can't fully shun dancing. And I always wanted to be I'm not promoting it, or when I get into my little tangents, y'all, it's really because bitches be fucking with me and I be having to get my straightening. But I'm coming to realize you don't always got to get your straightening. And everybody's going to do what they feel like they need to do to fix their life, to deal with their life, whatever, to get the life they want. And I can't say that I'm better than the next person. I can't say what anybody should or shouldn't do. I can only try to advise the best way I can from my standpoint and from my mental. And sometimes people don't even want that because they feel like you shitting on them. So I'm learning to mind my fucking business. I'm learning to shut my fucking mouth. But as of right now, I feel like I'm doing all right. Like, it's just about building and learning more than anything. Learning, even down to not even the money. Of course, money is always needed, but I ask myself constantly, like, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this person? What can I learn from this situation? You know? And I feel like you can never lose if you're always learning. So right now, y'all, I'm okay. I've been eating a little bit more consistently here and there. It's a little bit iffy. I'm always eating at Magic City a lot, but I'm also very keen on just kind of being very healthy and seafood based diet now. Let me see, where else could I check in? I still have my low points and my low thoughts, but I do want to start trying to go back to therapy, start trying to work on myself, because it's never an excuse for me what I go through. It's just like I'm being honest about what I go through. And it might always be received the way that I would like it to be received, but that's not my business. Like, what somebody feels about me is not my business. So I can put things out with the intention that I know I want it to have. But at the end of the day, however people gonna take it, they're gonna take it. All I could do is live genuinely and live authentic to myself. And be kind and godly in the sense of treating people how I want to be treated, and be fair. But I do want to be transparent with certain things. I'm learning what I can and can't share, because I'm coming to realize a lot of people do try to kind of gaslight me in the sense of when I'm like being transparent, and people can only try to people have always tried to do that though, but because I'm a person that's so open, a lot of time I be like kind of chopping them off at the legs or at the kneecaps, because it's like, bitch, you can't use something against me that I gave you. That's why I say anything that I do in life, I have to be able to stand 10 toes on it. Anything that I say, I have to be able to stand 10 toes on it. And if I can go back in a moment and be like, you know what, I was wrong. I could have thought better. I could have seen it a different way. I could have seen it from their perspective. I will do that. But for the most part, nobody can really make me feel bad about being honest about what I experience for the sake of helping someone else. And even if there are moments where I'm like, maybe I want somebody to feel sorry for me, then I snap right back out of it, because people feeling sorry for me don't do shit for me. It don't pay the bills. Them feeling sorry for me more than anything just makes them talk shit about me, or just talk, spread my business around, don't care to really help, none of that. So people feeling sorry for me is not my intention. If you feel sorry for me, oh, okay, thank you. It works for the moment. But then I still got to get my ass up and go back to work and fix my own life. So ultimately with life, you guys, just live true to yourself. Be kind, be willing to learn, and get your ass up and work. See y'all later.